I've always been in Onitsha. My journey started here. I did apprenticeship. Abam boy. Say it. You understand? After I came out from school, I joined my townsman that is into business, Nayochi Industries, those years in 1998. So I was with him for 6 years. We were in Iweka Road. Yes. So my journey till where I am today, I believe, was a product on the goodwill I built from even when I was serving my master. Because to the best of my knowledge, it was a selfless service. You understand? Unlike what you see nowadays, young boys, they don't want to calm down and follow the process. Business is not easy. Business is not easy. Business is one of the toughest things you can do. You can get to the top, but maintaining the top is also an issue. So, in as much as I'm a panelist today, I'm also learning like everyone. I have some people that know about this business very well. For me, business, when you come to the administration part, then you come to the side of sales. So I served my master for 6 years and I was settled in 2005. Along the line, before I settled, my boss was having issues, the business was shaky, so he was into importation. So 4 years into my journey, we weren't doing much. So at the time, we decided to start buying local purchase from Lagos. So that was how we started buying from Lagos. But because this is generator business, that was when generators started. When you see Tiger generators, small generators, because that's what the main thing I do. So we started this local business from Lagos. We go to Lagos, we buy the little one we have. We come to Onitsha, we sell, we go back. Then I used to go to Lagos every week. So in going to that Lagos, I was buying from some customers. And along the line, there was this customer I used to buy from because normally sometimes when you come, I want to finish everything I'm doing within that day and go back. I'll come by night bus, I do my sales, I buy, I finish, I load. Sometimes I'll be in Alaba till about 11 o'clock. That is when we will finish loading and I'll enter the truck and we start coming back to Onitsha the next day. So that was how we were doing it. Till something I say, a breakthrough that has kept me up till today, because that's a relationship I was able to manage till today. So on that day, I bought from this my normal customer. Normally when I pay, they go into Lagos, they write invoice, they now send the truck to Surrey to go and load the goods for you. But on that day, there was traffic on the way. So the truck that was bringing the goods did not get to Alaba before they closed shop. So they closed and left. They now said I should receive the goods directly. So when the driver came, the people I bought the goods from were not there to receive the way bill from the driver. So me as the buyer was now the person that received the goods and received the way bill. So when I now received the way bill, that was how I now got the address of where they were buying from. And the prices were far cheaper than what I was buying from Alaba. So that was how I now left. I loaded the goods that day. I took the way bill. I came back to Onitsha. I was able to collaborate with my newfound suppliers. I came to Lagos the next week. I went straight to that company. I introduced myself. One good thing about business is once you have where you can sell, even the importers also need you to push it. Once they are able to see some extent of integrity and honesty in you. You see that example Mr. Don gave you. about the goods that were shipped on bills for collection, and the forex went up, and they now had to pay. I will tell you, that's a tough decision. That's a tough decision. But if you're building a business that will stand the test of time, if you're building a business that you will keep for your children, those tough decisions are the right decisions you have to take. I tell you, that customer they paid, there is nothing they will tell that customer that he will not do for them. What we are telling you is about millions of, because of the forex that went up. A lot of people of my age of today, we are not that patient. Sometimes when things like this come up, you see the person saying, yeah, so you understand? But these are good decisions to take in business. Integrity matters a lot. You build goodwill. Na mmadụ bunye gị ilesia iwe ego ị nwere ike ịpụta taa obunye gị 1 ị na-akwọ echi pụta obunye gị 2 ị na-akwọ. That is how you start growing. Emegide ndị mmadụ asịba na ịgwọrọ ọgwụ ego, because it's a normal thing. Once people see that, this boy, when was this guy settled and he's already doing a lot of things, but they don't know what you are doing. So that's a good one from Don. Let me go back to what I was saying. So that was how I started with the new company, and I was buying from them at a time when the company saw I was selling these goods. I was coming back every week without my long tires. So they started giving me credit. I tell you, that company was giving me volumes of credits running into millions of naira. But they know I'm still an apprentice, and they don't know my boss. At the time, my boss asked me one day, who is this person giving you this volume of goods? A young boy like you. I mean, I was barely, how old was I? That was in 2002. I should be like 20, 22 years. Who is giving you this volume of goods? I would like to go and see the person. So that was how one December, I now took my boss to the person that was giving me the goods and introduced him to the man. Do you understand? So the man said, okay, your boy is doing well, so let's continue the business. So that was how I continued the business till I was now settled. I was settled after about 2 years later, or about a year and something later. And when I was now settled, I came out, I started my own, and I still continued that relationship. And because I was one and I was doing well, I also had other companies that believed in me that I have the capacity to sell these goods and return the funds. And they also started giving me goods. I could return to Lagos every week. I come back with these goods. I followed the truck. That was how I was able to build up to what you see today. Along the line, I will tell you, I made some mistakes. You understand? Because these goods were coming. These goods were coming. The money was coming. I can remember one day, one of my suppliers in Lagos, in Alaba, because of the volume of goods I load as a young boy, he will come and tell me, Eto, I think you're overtrading. And then I never understood what overtrading meant at that time. That is why the business school is also a good one. But you know, in this part of the country, the Omata guys, we don't believe in a business school. I believe it's profit. But I tell you today that these things are also necessary. These things are also necessary. We attend business workshops. You have 1 or 2 things to learn from those workshops. So when he said I was overtrading, I never understood what he meant by overtrading. When I bring in these goods, they were so voluminous, the cash was coming out. So in order to sell more and meet up with payment to my suppliers, I now found out that my credit level my debtors level, the people I was now giving goods to, was now going up. Then I used to give people credit of up to 1 truck of goods, 1 trailer load of goods. I was sending that to Abuja. There were people I was giving 1911 of goods. So because I was now trying to sell and meet up with my suppliers, I was now sending out some of these goods. And I can tell you today, one of the first issues I had in this business was that some of these credits I gave those days went into bad debts. They went into bad debts. Those people, some people are still owing me till today. And when these goods were coming in, I also had bank finance. You understand? It was later I now understood that with the kind of goods I was getting from my suppliers, I didn't even need that bank finance. I was supposed to focus on that supplier's credit and just be taking the profit. So with the bank finance, the supplier's credit, you find out I had a pool of funds that was going into credit sales. And when that debt, some of those debts went bad, that was the first issues I had in business. That I'm still in business today is just because of the goodwill I was able to build over time. Because it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. So that is how I've been able to maneuver some of those hurdles till what we are seeing today. Thank you so much.